Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Athlete Zone podcast. Today, we have a super special guest with us today. She's one of our favorite athletes here at Athlete Zone, and she's already made a huge name for herself on the field at Oregon State University. She's on the women's soccer team. And today, we're going to dive deep into her journey of her brand and the impact that she's making beyond the field.
Yeah, so today our guest is Paola Figueroa, and she is a standout center back at the Oregon State women's soccer team. And before stepping into the spotlight at a collegiate level, she had an impressive high school career, and now she's building something even bigger, her own personal brand.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Paola's journey from her early days in SoCal to becoming a D1 athlete and how she's using her platform to build a brand that represents something much bigger than just sports. So welcome to the show. How are you feeling today, and how is Oregon State treating you overall?
I'm feeling good. Honestly, Oregon State has been a long journey, and it's been really, really fun. And then I just can't wait for my last season to come up because I'm just ready for it and hopefully win the WCC title.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about where you grew up and how you got into soccer?
Yeah, so I grew up in Lancaster, California, SoCal. It's a little town. It's from like an hour and 30 away from LA. Mm-hmm. And my parents came from Mexico, and then they moved all of us out here, and then yeah.
What was the environment like growing up there?
So the environment is very little. Everyone knows everyone. Honestly, it's kind of I don't want to say ghetto, but it was kind of like a little town that had a lot of crime and violence, but it's good.
Okay, so how did you end up getting into your sport?
So I've been a very active kid since I was little. And I just one day was playing soccer at my elementary school, and then I came home and I told my parents hey, I think I want to do soccer. Uh-huh. And ever since then I've just been playing.
How did your family or your community support your journey into becoming not just a high school soccer player, but coming into clubs or eventually going D1?
Yeah, so we both knew that me joining a club team, especially travel team, was going to take a lot of time of my parents, especially during weekends. So they were actually being very supportive on even though my dad and my mom were very tired during the weekend, they would still take me an hour or 2 hours away just to go play a tournament and come back. So I think that that support itself was just very huge. And since I was little, just motivates me to make sure that whatever I made them go through, there's a good outcome on it.
Right, yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I love that. I love supportive families, too. It really makes all the difference when you're trying to achieve a goal.
If you weren't playing soccer, what do you think you'd be doing right now? Or what do you think would be your biggest passion?
Honestly, I think I would be in the sheriff's department right now. Because I'm really into the law enforcement, so I think I would be in the sheriff's department.
Would you do that in your hometown or anywhere?
No, I don't think I would do it in my hometown. I think I would do it probably San Diego area.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I love that.
And remind me your major.
Sociology, and I'm minoring in criminal law.
Okay, criminal law. So that's where the
cool.
sheriff's department comes in. That's really cool. So obviously high school was a huge part into shaping who you are and stepping from high school sports into the collegiate level. So let's talk about that transition. What was it like going from high school soccer to becoming a D1 athlete? How did that routine change for you just on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I'm the last of 3 siblings, and it was just moving away from my family was just a big impact itself. But I think the competition and just the education level was also huge. It was a huge cultural shock as well, because it's more I had to be very independent, and I had to make sure I was good because nobody was going to be able to check me. Right. So yeah.
What's the difference in the environment? You come from, did you play in high school or did you just play club?
No, I played in high school as well.
Okay, yeah. So playing in high school, I feel it's a lot smaller of a community. I mean, you have the other sports there, but I feel like when you come to college, the athletic community is tied so much more together. Like, what was the biggest difference in environment for you coming here and doing a sport?
Yeah, so I feel like in high school, it's more like having fun. And I had a lot of teammates who, like, didn't really know how to kick a ball right. So it was just more like, honestly, just a lot of girls would just join so they can have something to do after school. So it was just more like having fun. And there was obviously some girls who took it a little bit more competitively, like me and some other teammates. But it was,
Now you're surrounded by a bunch of people who like share the same passion.
yeah,
That's
who are
cool.
just as good as you or even better.
Yeah. Wow.
Have you made any friendships on the team that you think will be with you for the rest of your life?
Yeah, definitely. I honestly think that all of my teammates, I love them all, and they've been a big part of like my journey ever since I've been here. And I hope, well, on my end, I hope that like we can keep in contact. But there's a couple that there's like for sure a lock-in friendship there.
That's great.
Oh.
How are you balancing like, your college classes, any hobbies or like social activities and practice?
Yeah, so I would say like being organized is like a really big thing for me. Just making sure like I have all of my meetings, all of my classes like written down either on my whiteboard or like a planner that I have, because it's like very important to like make sure you're not missing anything, because we can like get in trouble with like even our coach if we miss like a meeting that has nothing to do with soccer. So
Right.
yeah, so just making sure that I stay on top of like everything that I have to do, so then when I come and do soccer, it's fun. It's not like, oh, I have this and this and this after practice.
Do you feel like it's like having this sport has like benefited you in having that organization in life and having more structure?
Yes, 100%. Because I just feel like being an athlete just makes you like grow up, and you have to like you have priorities that you have to like set, and then just making sure that you have those priorities done in order to have fun.
What are some goals that you have for yourself over the next year? Because you have 1 year left at Oregon State, correct?
Yes.
So what are those goals? And they can be related to your sport or your career or anything.
Yeah. So like my biggest goal right now is winning that WCC title with my team, and then obviously like I want to go pro. So I really want to go pro. I want to go to like the highest level that there is, and if that doesn't work out, then hopefully join the sheriff's department and start my life.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. So you've grown as an athlete. It's been a few years now at a D1 college. And you've built something even bigger with us at Athlete Zone, and that's your personal brand. So let's dive into like what your brand represents and why it's so important to you.
Yeah.
So when did you first realize that you had a platform beyond just playing your sport?
I think it was like 3 years ago. I was at my JUCO, and one of my coaches, like sent me a text and was just like, "Oh, like, would you be willing to do a commercial?" And I was just like, "Yeah." So then she sends me the agent's number, and then like we do they interview over the phone, and then it comes to find out I'm doing a Nike commercial for a Volkswagen car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with
That's a
like
big
pro
one.
athletes, and yeah, so I just knew that from that point and on, I just had like a different kind of platform than just soccer.
Yeah, that's
We have to see this commercial when we're done.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
How does your brand like reflect your personality or your values?
Yeah, so like my brand to me is like how I express myself, and honestly, it's like a way how to represent my last name and like whatever like my parents did for me. So just thinking about like my logo itself, it's obviously like my initials, but the star behind it, it's so much bigger, because like everywhere where I went, I was like the only athlete at the time, and everywhere I went, they would always call me like their little superstar. So that just like kind of like like
That's so cute.
like comes in all together.
Yeah, ties in.
I love your logo. It's like a little shooting star, but it's got like neon colors in it. It's a nice little pop. I love it.
Yeah, so your brand isn't just about you. It's about the people that support you, your community, your family.
Where you come from.
So let's talk about your fans and like the impact that they've had on you and your journey. How does seeing fan engagement help motivate you in your career?
It motivates me because it makes me like remember that women's sports like are being watched, and also like soccer is a really big sport, and just seeing the fans and having them support you just like makes you want to like for example like do an extra tackle or do an extra run. It's just like it like gives me energy to like be the best version of myself in order to like represent Oregon State.
It's like another sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
well, this
that.
has been such an amazing conversation. I'm so glad that you got to speak on a bigger platform about your values and your community. Before we wrap up, where can people like support you the most, like online? If you could name like a few platforms, like would you say like Instagram is like the biggest one, or?
Yeah, I would say Instagram.
Okay, we'll put her handle in the podcast so you
Yeah.
guys can give her a follow. But thank you so much for joining us today. This has been so great. And for our listeners, don't forget to check out P's merch on athletezone.com. Every purchase helps support her journey as an NIL athlete and keeps her brand growing.